Today I'm going to show you how to cut ears out of cardboard tubes to continue to make our cute little tube animals. Hello, my talented artists. Don't forget to subscribe. I want you to think about what kind of animal toy you want to make your cardboard tube into. And one way to think about that is by sketching. Artists often do a little sketch, and it's a way to think about what you might want to do. When I look at one of these tubes, they're really a cylinder, but if you look straight down on it, let me see if I can make it, it kind of could look just like a rectangle. So I'm going to start by sketching two rectangles, and they represent these cardboard tubes. Now I know each of you only have one tube in art, so these are two different ideas. You're going to work in pencil. I'm going to work in marker so that you can see what I'm doing. When you sketch, you don't have to erase or scribble it out if you don't like something, because these are just ideas and you can just do another sketch. And that is the nice thing about sketchbook. A sketchbook is an idea book, and it's drawings, drawing idea. We are going to cut part of the top off to make ears if you want ears. If you want to do an octopus one, then you can just cut legs. And I will show you that in another lesson. The first thing that you would do in our sketch is you would do a dotted line along the top. And when you are doing a dotted line, you can make dots. It's a little bit easier to make dots when you have a marker. Or you can make a little line and then leave a space, a little line and leave a space, and it kind of looks like that. Little line, leave a space, like that. That dotted line is where we're going to pretend that the top of your animal head is, and we are going to think about ears. Ears come in many shapes. They can be triangle ears, right? Like a tiger or a cat. They could be round ears, like a bear, or some dogs have little round ears. Well, I guess they could be like kind of furry ears, like that. Or they could even be really long, pointy ears, like a bunny rabbit. So you have to think about what kind of ears you want to make. So on that dotted line, you are going to draw two ears, and you are going to draw the ears right next to each other. And there's a reason why we do that, but they need to be right next to each other. Now, if you want tall, long ears like on a bunny rabbit, you might want to lower your dotted line so you can have really tall ears. So I'm going to make a nice tall ear, and I'm going to make my next ear right next to it. So those are my two ideas for ears. And now I'm going to move on to one of my tubes. And I am going to make this one the pointy ears. That could be a tiger or a cat or something like that. You're going to use pencil, but I'm going to use marker. First, I'm going to find my name, and if you're going to cut ears off, you don't want to cut your name off, so have your name be on the bottom. And then you're going to do your dotted line, and because I'm just doing pointy ears, I'm not going to make my line way down here, because I don't need very long ears. And I'm going to go all the way around And I'm just turning, and look, it doesn't quite match up, and that's okay. I'll just curve the line a little bit. It's not going to be perfect. I used to make lots of animals out of toilet paper rolls, so who knows, maybe you will make a whole bunch. You can save some of the ones you have. From that dotted line, I'm going to make my 2 ears right next to each other. Now I'm going to take my scissors. And whenever I'm using my scissors, I want to be really careful. I want to make sure that I'm cutting away from my body always. And I want to make sure that my other fingers are not in the way. So I'm going to hold the outside of my tube. And I'm going to cut in and stop at the dotted line. Stop. And instead of turning, I'm going to actually pull my scissor out. And I'm going to cut in again right on the line that I drew, and I'm stopping at the dotted line, pull my scissor out again, make another cut, and you might cut so much that a piece falls out, and that's good news. Okay, and now I'm going to cut again. So I'm pulling my scissor out. I'm not trying to turn my scissor around. Pulling it out and starting again at the edge of your cardboard. Now, you might think, oh, this is going to be hard to get my scissor in there and turn it all around. Well, I have a tip. We're going to start at the edge again and cut towards the dotted line until a little piece falls out. And when that piece falls out, it makes room. So now I'm going, I think I'll do it again on this side. So I'm starting always on the edge of my tube and then cutting toward the dotted line. Ooh, you could make a zigzag line going all the way around and make somebody with a crown. Now I'm going to do something a little bit tricky. I'm going to try to press my scissor so that I can start cutting along the dotted line. After you make one cut, pull my scissor out again. I bet you can guess what I'm going to do. I'm going to start at the top of my tube and I'm going to cut off right until the dotted line. Now I have room. It's a little bit easier. Remember, I don't want to turn my scissor, I'm going to turn my tube so my scissor can keep cutting away from my body. I'm going to open my scissor wide and make a cut. And if I want to cut that little piece off, I can go back to the top of my tube and cut toward the dotted line. Oop, uh-oh, it's not coming off. I shouldn't rip it. I can wiggle it and see, oh, it came off. If I wiggle it a little and it comes off, that's good. Keep using your little finger muscles to cut all the way around, but don't cut off the ears. And now I have my 2 cute little ears, and I can finish off all the details of my animal with paint or any other art medium. Very nice.